I bet you didn't expect to see me lying on the floor when you press play, did you? Well, that's the point. It looks different to pretty much every other video you've ever watched on YouTube. This sticks out and you're wondering, why on earth is this guy lying on the floor with a packet of Skittles? I think it's safe to say I've got your attention. So now me and these Skittles are going to help you with your Google Business Profile. So these carefully selected Skittles all represent Google Business Profiles. They all look the same. But this is the problem. When someone goes to Google and does a local search, they're faced with all of these profiles that basically look the same, so it can be pretty difficult for them to choose which business to contact. Just like if I offered you one of these Skittles, you'd probably just choose one at random, because there's nothing that makes you really want to choose one over all of the others. But if I do this to my pile of Skittles, what happens? You notice the red one straight away, because it's different and it stands out, so you're drawn to it. This is what you need to do with your Google Business Profile. Turn it into a red Skittle. So I'm going to tell you 3 super effective ways to make your Google Business Profile stand out in the crowd. Let's go over to our friend Google Nerd Chris to tell you about method number 1. Hello everybody. The first way to make your Google Business Profile stand out is to get people's attention as quickly as you can. It's a fact that people's attention span is reducing. You only have a really short period of time to get someone's attention before you lose them forever. So here are the main ways to use your Google Business Profile to get people's attention as quickly as possible. To stay with the Skittles theme, I've done a search for sweet shops in Hull, and this is what is shown in the search results. So to grab people's attention, we need to consider what they'll notice first. You've probably seen the same things I have. There are 3 key elements that jump out at people. So let's go through them one by one. The first thing is the image. Most people are visual and they like to look at a picture instead of reading words. I know I do. And we've all heard the saying, a picture says 1,000 words. So the first thing you must do is to make sure you only add really eye-catching photos to your profile. Most people think that this image is always the photo that's been set as your cover photo, but this isn't actually true. Google often decides to display another image here. So the simple solution is to make sure that every single image you add to your Google Business Profile would entice people to interact with your business if it did show here. The second thing that will quickly grab people's attention is your Google rating. Again, this is because it's represented by an image as well as a number. If we scroll down a bit, you'll see there's a business with only 3 stars out of 5. This is always way less attractive to people than a profile with a much higher rating, like the one above that has 5 stars. Even though the 3-star profile has way more reviews than the 5-star profile, the 5-star rated business will usually get way more clicks. Although they haven't added any photos, so there's just a generic map image showing, which will harm their results. So again, this shows that adding nice images to your profile will help you to stand out in the search results. But then it gets even worse. This profile doesn't even have a Google rating because it doesn't have any reviews. Which brings me on to the third key element that will get people's attention straight away, and that's your review count. Google reviews will help your business in so many different ways. One of those is that they help you to really stand out. If you look at the listings, the top business has 48 reviews compared to these other listings that have less than 10 reviews, except this one that has 53. So this shows that review count is not the be-all and end-all of ranking high on Google Maps. There's a lot more to it, and some of our other videos go into this in a lot more detail. But getting more reviews will be fundamental to your level of success with your Google Business Profile. You really can't have too many Google reviews. Literally get as many as you can, as long as you maintain a good Google rating to go along with it. So to recap, because I've actually covered 3 things for getting people's attention as quickly as you can in our first point. They are: only add eye-catching images to your profile, maintain a high Google rating out of 5, and get as many reviews as you can. Back to Google Nerd Chris for method number 2. Number 2 is to add as much high quality content to your profile as you possibly can. There's so much content you can add to your Google Business Profile. Probably a lot more than you realize. Look at this profile for DCP Web Designers. They've added more than 456 photos that all look amazing. People can click through and view them, and they're all super eye-catching and high quality. They've filled out all of their contact information. They've added products with images, and if you click on them, there's a really well-written description and a link to their website. They've used the questions and answers feature to give people useful information when they find their profile. They've got a lot of reviews and maintain a 4.9 out of 5-star rating, and they've written a detailed and informative business description. Compare it to this profile for Divine Website. There's nothing divine about their Google Business Profile, that's for sure. They've added 2 images, one of which is an unashamed sales pitch and actually breaks Google's guidelines for images. They haven't really added any information about their business, and there's really nothing else. No products, no Q&A, no reviews, no Google rating, no business description. Absolutely nothing. Which of these 2 profiles do you think people will choose when they're looking for a web design business? Clearly it's this one. Right back to Google Nerd Chris for method number 3. Number 3 is quite simply to think differently to everyone else. Every business owner that has a Google Business Profile has access to all of the same features and functionality that you do. So it's very easy to look like everyone else without actually meaning to. Think about the content I've spoken about so far: photos, questions and answers, product listings, and your business description. When you're creating these, metaphorically lie on the floor with a pack of Skittles to make sure you stand out. Add personality, be different, make your profile fun while also being useful and informative, because that's what will get people's attention. That's what will get you the website clicks, phone calls, instant messages, and new customers. And by the way, there's a lot more you can do with your profile that I haven't shown you on the example profiles, like adding videos, making Google posts, adding your services, and replying to your reviews. These are all even more opportunities to think differently and stand out from the crowd. So now you know how to make your Google Business Profile stand out. Watch this video right now to find out why your Google Business Profile rankings are not actually important.